Hey, what's up, guys? Can I get a quick mic check? We should be live. Okay, let's see here. Mic check. There we go. Audio working. All right. Let's get going, guys. All right. I am going to start recording the stream now. Okay. So, guys, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to Stanny for new king donation. We got a $10,000 USDT donation from Stanny. What a fucking king, man! What a legend. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you very much. All right. We are live. Let's roll. So we're into Bitcoin here. Get rid of this toolbar, bring it down. Okay, I hope the volume on the music's not too loud for you guys either, but okay, let's get started. So what I have highlighted here is this butterfly that we've been watching in development, right? And what happened is we got this 1272 reaction, okay? So in this area, we basically had Bitcoin, pull back, but just to simply back test these previous highs, right? You could see the yellow line from this previous all-time high, and then the other yellow line from like the local after it had this like local breakout. So all we did was we hit the 1272, we got the back test, okay? Since then, we've proceeded to close above the that previous all-time high, right, at 61.8 basically, and have since then begun to rally again. So what we need to do first is, if we zoom in here, first level of area of interest, or next area of interest, I guess, is going to be a square up level right here. So you can see this area here. We obviously are going to, we're starting to form an upsloping trend line again on a lower time frame structure. Hold on, I already have that magnet on and that's gonna piss me off. No, it was off. Okay, so we're starting to form a little bit of structure again on the low time frame on Bitcoin. This was the alert I gave you guys, about 4 hours ago. I don't know, maybe it was this one. Somewhere in this area, it was actually probably this one. We broke out a little bit and then kind of came back down, but have now started rallying again. Anyways, what I was just looking at on a lower time frame is we're just starting to make this higher low again, where we put a low in price, and then a higher low, and now even a third kind of higher low if we could hold these levels. So what's going to happen now is Bitcoin's going to start running up, and it's going to test the previous high now, which is basically the current high is 64.8, but this square up is basically at 64.5, which makes sense. That's a critical kind of round number. So Bitcoin's got to work its way up here, get to this level, and we got to break the highs again. And then again, we'll look for that back test and then look to run again, okay? So if that were the case, currently, again, like we talked about, we hit, let me get rid of these lines just to clean it up a little. Okay, so what we were saying is we hit this 1272, right? So at this 1272, we had the rejection. Now that 1272 is kind of, not forget about it, but it's kind of already happened, right? So now we're going up a level. Now we're looking at next level is going to be the 1414, okay? So where we should find some overhead resistance just based on the Fibonacci out in blue sky breakout. So we're going to fib from the high to low. okay, like we've been doing. Let me make sure we got that. Yep, okay. So you can see here in the yellow, we got the 1272, right? And then we rejected, but we were expecting that, right? Okay, next we get the 1414, next area of interest, okay? So let's mark the level. And you can see it's not only the 1414 on the fib, right? So you can see over here the red line 1414, 66,573. But over here on the harmonic, it's also a 1414, okay? So let's go ahead and while we have this up, we'll bring this and mark the 1618 because that'll be those are our next two levels, right? So let's check that on the harmonic as well. Yep, look, 1618, okay? So that's all we're doing with the fibs. Now let's get rid of them. Excuse me. So what we've done here is we've marked our next two critical overhead areas of interest, okay? So 66,550 and that basically 68.8, which is that 69,000 area that we've been following, okay? So, I mean, so far so good. Again, get the square up, sweep the highs, back test the highs, hit the 1414, chop around there a little bit, and then run up again, 1618, 69,000. This is a 4 hour, we're pretty close. This can happen at any point, especially again, as you saw this big candle here, once Bitcoin breaks these previous highs and there's nothing above it, you can see how we really take off. And we had this just dramatic just price you know, to the upside here. So if and when we can break this level again, we could see that same type of reaction here, okay? So let's keep that in mind, and as long as we just don't fall back below this previous high, 61, basically 62,000, if we just hold above 62,000, you really don't have anything to worry about. I mean, oh my God, Bitcoin sold off to $62,000 per Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Think about it. You're fine. Ethereum. All right, guys, we got all of it. We got it. 2,500 ETH. Remember, I told you ETH is going to 2,500 before Bitcoin goes to 70,000. Like, it wasn't even a freaking question. That was going to happen right away on ETH, and it's already done. Gone, bye. So from high to low, we have now not only hit the 1618 at 2290, but we have now hit that 2618, 2500, and are above it, okay? Just absolute breakout here. Again, it's because Bitcoin's not done. So if ETH is already at the 2500 target and Bitcoin's still down here at the 1272, you still got two more levels on Bitcoin. ETH probably, I mean, are we going to 27? Does she give you 27? 3618? I mean, that's all we can do at this point. Let's see if that gives us anything else. Okay, we've already exceeded all these other previous levels, so we could kind of clear those up at the moment. So we got we got a 3618. Now let's see on the larger structure if this lines up with anything. Okay, so on the larger structure, let's go ahead and paint the upsloping trend line, okay? So we could start to form our structure again, redevelop the structure so you can see where we once were versus where we are now, okay? So this was that previous area of interest, okay? Where, I mean, we could even tighten this up, okay? Let's be a little more conservative. We'll just play it safe. Okay, so what happened here is we had the first harmonic formed. It was a bearish cipher. You sold off. Inside of that cipher, you formed basically a bullish bat here, and then you sent that up and you cleared the targets on the bat. Well, what that also allowed you to do is break above the neckline of this previous just kind of structure, right? So you put in this kind of neckline, which was the previous highs of all these harmonics here. And then on top of that, right on top of this neckline, you break, hook, and go, form the initial impulse, backtest the 618, 886, 786, Gartley, nasty little Gartley right there. on top of that neckline. And I mean, you just sent it from there, nailed that 2500. So now let's back up. Let's go ahead and take a measured move on this structure and see where we've landed here. I believe you're gonna probably align with 2500. Yeah, see, so okay, even let's get aggressive then. Let's take this from the absolute bottom, which still isn't gonna make much difference, but let's just see here. Okay, either way, all these measured moves are hit. Yeah, see, that was more like it, okay, where traders kind of settled up there. That was more of bottom of the structure to top of the neckline. Basically, have hit that 2500, hit that 2618, hit that. Now we have one more thing we can do. We can fib from the previous kind of discernible high that we had back on, what was that, like February 20th, to the low on February 28th, the birthday low. Okay, so we had this high to low, and now look, we've hit the 1618 on a larger structure, okay? So watch out here, alert. Yes, we can break it, but we got a lot of shit going on here. You have a measured move hit, you have a 2618 hit. Okay, let's overlap that 2618 again. From fib from high to low on the low time frame here. From high to low, and move that. Okay. So again, see this red 2618, this blue 1618, and the measured move here. Okay, so you're above all of it, all right? So that's kind of crazy, but I don't know. That's something we should have been very aware of, which we were. 2500. Remember, we said we're going 2500. We got it. Didn't think we would destroy it. We're at 2540, just like, wow, okay, bro. But you know, it's all about the follow through price action. So you see this previous level down here? I don't know that we're gonna ever get a back test here, but it would not shock me. Okay, pull back, reject it, back test, hold it, run again. So just be on the alert. Move some stops up maybe on ETH. I don't know. Look, we got 2500. Okay, what now? Now that you've got the target, you're above it. If you're still open, I mean, just try and get what you can, but don't give it back here. You got 2500 on ETH. If you sell and it runs up a little more without you, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just lock it in. You saw the amount of variables that were happening here, okay? That's red flag. Red flag. Every time, that's how we've been playing this the whole time. And look how we've been, the only difference is those red flags happen down here, okay? So I was like, all right, guys, alert. We're at the 2618, 1618, measured move of a breakdown of a structure. You know what I mean? Like, alert. And then what happens? We end up getting some kind of fill. We probably, you know, we would get some kind of double bottom here where we like sell off, come back, hit it, and then we go, right? So like we keep getting this. So why wouldn't you get it again? You see what I'm saying? You gotta watch out. And again, here's the other reason. Everything is approaching those levels, okay? You got everything is going vertical and hitting these. Look at Litecoin, okay? 1618, we're not there yet, so that makes sense. Bitcoin runs up 2 more ticks, ETH chops sideways, or maybe ETH pulls a small pullback. Well, ETH is pulling back to double top. Litecoin could kind of do the same thing here, right? So we gotta watch out. It's almost getting close here, all right? It seems like the way these are setting up, it's like these are playing out, and then everything's gonna get put on a hold. Bitcoin's gonna run. Bitcoin's gonna take away a lot of money from these alts. Even though that Bitcoin's going up, the alts just aren't going up as fast, right? So even though they're going up too, Bitcoin's gonna go up faster at some point, because it's got to blow off top, right? We got to have the blow off. So in order to do that, we have to take off at some point. I mean, it just the only way, right? So line that up with Bitcoin, you know, taking off to some degree, and these kind of finishing off, you know what I'm saying? So What kind of pullback would we see on this? Probably the B again, this neckline, like we just drew it on ETH, right? So all you're doing is probably gonna reset though. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I don't know how this could end up painting, but you know, something like this, right? And then you backtest that neckline and then you run again, okay? So it's not that it's over. We gotta breathe, right? We gotta breathe. Let's just see what happens here, okay? Again, Bitcoin's, we gotta keep an eye on that, of course, but everything is getting critical. Start to scale out. Okay, bam, look, see what happens? Look what we had up here. Take profit target 2, okay? So this box up here would be the blow off top, but let's just go and bring this down here, okay? So take profit target 2 was like this. Look what happened. Double top at the target, sell off, okay guys? So like, we gotta watch out for this kind of stuff. This is why we have targets, or else what's the point of even putting a target? It's just up only, you know what I'm saying? That's not reality. So what do we have here? We got a C to D, 1414, and we probably got an A to D, 1272. There it is, 1272, 1414, consolidating fibs, sell off. So you see what I'm saying on ETH? We just looked at this. Consolidating fibs, sell off on band, and it's literally playing out, and you're gonna backtest this previous area of congestion here. But anyways, look, that just, I don't know. We gotta be taking profits. Don't get all this, you know, unrealized P&L and just watch it all go back, right? Sell that shit. You would have sold the absolute top at this point. Have nothing to worry about. Okay guys, this is DOT. So DOT has, basically we kind of had these previous couple levels here. So we've gotten above both of those, okay? Break, hook, and are now putting on some kind of go. So we're looking for this, again, that similar 1618. We also have a measured move of the structure. Again, coinciding variables here. Now let's zoom in and let's look at this on a lower time frame structure again, and let's see if this aligns, okay? So look, like we've been saying on the larger time frame, right? We've been watching this develop on a larger structure. So this is where you find harmony, right? You find you get, okay, so we go to our trade strategy, right? We're looking for pattern completion, okay, on significant time scales. So we got 4 hour and the larger ones on the daily. So we have significant time frames, significant pattern development here. So what are we looking at here? X, A, B, C, 1618, 1618, 1618. Bam. 1618. Okay, so here we go. Double time on the harmonics at the measured move. Okay, so we gotta watch this area. I'm out at this area. I don't know about you guys, but I'm dumping. Okay, so okay, so this is, again, it's harmony. It's where you find it's where you find harmonics that are aligning on multiple time frames at the similar levels. Okay, do you see that? You have the same structure twice. It's like big brother, little brother, right? Like the Pepe meme where he's got dropped his ice cream cone. Well, the little ice cream cone, Pepe, is this little pink harmonic here, and big brother's the big butterfly, right? So we're gonna probably dump back off. Where are we gonna go? Probably this B. Okay, so let's mark this level and let's watch out for it. What was once resistance will now become support. And what's going to happen is our rule of 3, right? This was 1. So when we get a second one, we bounce, okay? So we run up, we double top here, we come back down, we bounce, okay? Maybe we sweep this again, okay? But when we come back down this third time, that's when it's over. Backtest as resistance, and that's confirming that everything's over. All right, this is what we're looking for on everything. It's almost like, okay, so again, we've talked about this. This is the pattern completion zone. You're gonna have a reaction. There's the initial reaction, okay? Then you sweep the highs and you get the optimal entry, and that's the short. Okay, guys? This is the take profit zone, short zone, okay? Two different areas, but let's watch how this plays out, okay? So again, X, A, B, C, D, we hit a harmonic, right? And then we do it again. So we go X, A, B, C, D, something like this is going to paint in this range. And eventually when we lose the range and backtest the newly formed range as resistance, that's when we begin to sell off. But for right now, DOT is a full up right now, full go on DOT to the upside here, especially, and if Bitcoin could just not nuke yet, which I don't think it will. We still have some room to breathe, right? We'll cover it. We covered it beginning. We'll hit it at the back end. So at this point on band, you know what I mean? Like somebody would have entered on this higher low. Even if you entered on the higher low and you entered somewhere here, right? Kind of just got in and you're targeting these highs, stop below the previous lows. There's your 3-to-1 trade, okay? So you could trade it up, and then ideally you could probably take this back down, okay? Take it back down. Be wide on this, okay? Give yourself some room to breathe here. Low leverage, keep this stop wide. You go 2-to-1 even here. Don't go 3-to-1, okay? Give yourself room to breathe. And then again, like we said, you'll be able to then hit this again and run it back up and sweep those highs that you would have had a stop at, okay? So this would be below that previous A over here. So wham, 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 you're gonna get a range here, okay? Wyckoff distribution at resistance that you're gonna have to develop the resistance because it's not there yet. It doesn't exist yet. You're in price discovery as soon as you break $46 again. So you gotta develop a resistance top of range area, top of range maybe this is just the midpoint, bottom range, midpoint, top of range high, right? So you're still in development of something that hasn't occurred. Okay, so this is just simply a forecast, but if these events play out, this is the kind of, you could even probably do it here, like we were saying. Watch this X high, okay? That's what I'm looking at. So see that range middle right here at that X high? That's probably where it's gonna be. See why I said keep this stop high? You would have probably been all right with it being 3-to-1, you know what I mean? But you see how close you're gonna get to it, and you might freak out and puke it. So keep this a little shy, a little conservative, and you'll be able to stick with this trade a little better. Use these two harmonics. You're gonna get a reaction. They're just that's too nasty of a double setup. Reaction, back, sweep the highs. Okay, so we'll come back to DOT tomorrow, next day, and see how this all played out. Okay, remember on ETH, guys? So this is YFI, all right? So another monster type of asset here. So it has the power and the market cap. There's money here, okay? So this thing can go. All right, here's what's happening. We had the low, February 28th, duck birthday low. Then we came over, put in a higher low, and are continuing to now develop, paint higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Okay, so far this is what you want to see in a bullish trend, right? So trend is friend. Okay, so here we go. On ETH, remember, we developed the structure where we had the upsloping trend line, right? So we developed this structure, and then we painted this neckline. Once we broke out above the neckline, we kind of had a break once, failed, but then we broke it here, back tested, put in this X low. Initial impulse, X, A, B, C, D, Gartley type bat situation, above the neckline, starting to run. Exactly like what ETH did. And what did ETH do after that? I mean, it sent it. You did a parabolic on the low time frame right here. Let alone, you were already going parabolic from the larger structure. So you see what I'm talking about here, guys? This kind of parabolicness is what we're seeing right now in some of these assets. So okay, so let's clean this up and let's identify some areas of interest here. So if God, look at this, man. This sucker loves to paint harmonics. X, A, B, C, D. That's where it all started, right? That's where the magic all started, with the bullish bat, okay? 886 type of entry on a low. Could have even maybe brought it back a little. 886 type of entry here, okay? So anyways, you get this development, and now you have this previous high, okay? So first we got to sweep these highs. Let's see where we are. We touched the high, okay, guys? So it's kind of like alert. If we break above that, break hook and go time, right? You know how we do this. So break this, back test those previous highs, the one we just hit, right? And then we run. Again, this kind of lines up with Bitcoin 1414, back test 1272, run to the 1618, right? So you're kind of you're aligning everything, right? Okay, so again, let's see what happens here. X, A, B, C, 1272, 1272, first area of interest, okay? So that's kind of what you're looking at here on YFI is breakout time, okay? So that's what we have marked here as target 1272, okay? So if we go here, 1272. Next, 1414, 1618, okay? So just areas of interest that we're looking at next. 60K, 63, 66, okay? Really though, we got to get back above this high, okay? That's the next battle area, okay? We're starting to reload to launch towards it again. 53,350 is critical. If you break it and hold it, price action continuation to the upside imminent. Okay, Dashi, same thing. Here you are. You're at the top of the previous highs, okay? So you could even bring this up just a little more, and you basically, I mean, you almost got the whole thing there. You definitely got your measured move here, okay? So measured move of the structure, target's been hit. So that's done, okay? So we don't need any of that anymore. Now, what do we have here? Okay, not so harmonic-y again, because why? This was the equal low. X, A, B, C. You see how this C here is almost equal? Yes, we still get the wave, but it's not a harmonic, okay? But we can still fib it, because a fib is not a harmonic either, so fib's a fib, right? So we've hit this critical overhead resistance, previous highs. Next target will be the 1272, $375 at Dash. If this breaks above this high, okay, so if you break this, you hold it, you hit that. You break 330, back test 330 as support, flip it, SR flip, you get 375, okay? That's Dash. Link has hit the 1414, okay? Area of interest, alert on Link. Target has been hit, $42. Target 2. Look at this, 1414 red line, okay? All you got, that was target 2. So target 3 now, the only target you have left is gonna be the 1618, okay? So let's come up here, again, 1618. We're aiming for $45 on Link. Looks like you're basically there, and it's 1618 golden mean ratio type of thing. You're so close to it. You're at the 1414. You did the 1272 thing, reacted, reloaded, launched, hit 1414. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't hit it again. If you do, you gotta be weary, because this is how you end up with this. This is how you end up down here again, okay, guys? at this previous neckline type of area, right? So we just gotta, I don't know. You see how that could happen? Test kind of anywhere in this area, anywhere in this area. Okay, you see how this could paint, and you test this upsloping trend line again. What was once just this upsloping supply line, right? Upsloping supply. Okay, look for that harmonic. Watch out for the reaction at the 1618. This is how you could then, okay, so say you paint this, right? You go up, you hit this, retrace, come up, sell off again. Double bottom here, run the highs. Now that you run the highs and you hit the A target of this smaller structure, even if you run the highs again, it doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to show you here is this is the 4 hour, okay? So if and when we paint this, and then we were to zoom out to the daily, you know what this is gonna look like on the daily? It's gonna look like a Bulkowski double top on a high time frame structure, okay? So that's how that develops. Again, we will paint some kind of range here where we are basically, I don't know, doing something like this, right? So creating the new range, Wyckoff distribution, and then you fail, sell off. If and when we do, again, we're looking for the back test and flip, SR flip into resistance, confirmation short here. And that's going to confirm market is going to start dumping on everyone. This is where people, I don't know what they call it. I'd have to pull up that chart. I'll post it in the Discord later, but it's just that market cycle type thing. And this is where people like, this was euphoria, and then you like sell off, and people are like, oh, it's like complacency or something. I don't know. They think it's going to just keep rallying to continue to get higher highs, but it never goes back. And then they just continue to let this underwater position bleed off until they either get a margin call or they puke it for tremendous loss. You know, you're buying, imagine buying Link for $45. That fucking neck. Okay, so look, you know, you're down 80% at this point. I mean, what do you do at that point, right? You try and salvage a little bit just to buy yourself lunch. I don't know. Look at this garbage. Ethereum Classic. Bro, what the fuck is going on? Look at that. Oh, all right. So here's what I was concerned with on Bitcoin. Okay. Once you go parabolic here and you go after that 1618, let's repaint it real quick. Okay, so 1618 is up here basically, right? So at this line, you basically hit this 1618, and you just you this is how we could end up at 73. Remember I was kind of saying that? It's like, look, this down here is the 69 area, but up here, you know, this is when you could hit that 73 area. I don't know, it's just scary, right? That blow off. That's why we don't want to exactly short it the second it happens. We almost want to wait for that second touch, right? Be careful. This is crazy here. ETH Classic should not be this high. $30 right now. Ugh. Yeah, you're reaching 90 on the RSI. And you're not diverging yet, not on the 4 hour, but as soon as you paint a higher high here, any little sell off and any little higher high, and then it's gonna paint it. That's where you're gonna get the divergence bearish. And that's kind of that signal where you have the pattern completion zone, but then you have the optimal entry with the divergence signal and the double top. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be looking out for here on ETC here. Let's see if we could get some kind of divergence here in the optimal territory, basically right when Bitcoin does it, right? So let Bitcoin, even if this ends up higher, it doesn't matter, right? Let's just wait for the divergence to play out, and then that's when we kind of look for a potential short, because this is going to fall. No, this thing is garbage. It's trash, right? I don't know how bad Dodge is gonna fall either. I don't know. This is very, very scary parabolic, right? We could even bring this up here. I don't know. I'm getting a bad feeling here, right? We're really far away from that trend line. It doesn't matter that much, but it's like at 200 MA, right? Like it'll find its way back there somehow, and it'll touch it. Maybe backtest the previous high, right? And then that's where you run up again and backtest the back of this thing, and then that's your double top, right, on a higher time frame structure, and you get a second short. So it's like 1, 2, and this is the one that you could really hold. All right, maker. Okay, see, here you go, guys. This is what we just looked at on ETH Classic. It's like you got this blow off, and how bad was it? How bad was it? 1618. Yeah, look at that. 1618. That's it. Say la vie. That's so okay. When you break it, fine. But normally this is what happens. Okay. Normally you get the reaction. So again, this is played out. We closed this trade. Targets have been hit, guys. This played out very, very nicely. We had this structure range. Broke the range to the high side. See, this is what we're talking about on these ranges, but we're looking for it to do this opposite thing, okay, guys, where we have this double top, and then we sell off and we put in a lower high, and then we fail on the range, and then we just die, okay? So people are gonna get complacent right here. And they're gonna think, oh, bounce time, and we're not. You know why? Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, you're out. Rule of 3, we're gonna short you. We're gonna rug you, and that's it. And you're gonna be hoping for a bounce that never happens. And it's gonna be about 3 years, if ever, before you even get back there. So you either better have strong hands, hope you're not on high leverage, or just understand how to puke a position quickly if you're longing right here on that back test of that range break. It's just, you don't do it. CHR, how you doing, CHR? Okay. CHR just knocking on the door of that resistance, basically, okay, so we formed this small Gartley, right? And we've went up and we've hit target 1, which would have been this kind of C. If you were this little small Gartley and you were a target on a low time frame, you would have hit target 1. Target 2 is the A. We did not hit the A yet. That's 30.39 cents, 39 cents, or whatever, 0.39. Okay, so we go up and we're basically knocking the door. 1, 2, and if we go up and knock on it again, we're probably gonna break it. Break, hook, go to the next one, okay? Once we leave previous range, we go and test the next one. So we get the break. We're looking for break, hook, go to the next range. That'll see us up here at 44.44. All right, what we don't want to see, obviously, is losing this D, right? So we have that stop at 0.30. So yeah, so far this is fine. We have these coinciding harmonics where you got 3 of them kind of happening here, right? They're all at their basically this area where the market makers were just reaccumulating this whole zone, okay? So they're like, okay, we found the bottom. Okay, we found the bottom again, accumulate more, find it one more time, let's hold it, higher lows. They're continuous higher lows, okay? That's the difference between butting up against the same spot versus higher levels, okay? That's different. That's not the same thing that's happening at this exact same line, okay? These are higher levels here, okay? So you got a market maker accumulating right there. That's when you accumulate. And at that third level of a Gartley in your accumulation zone, it was kind of an easy area to initially invalidate because your stop would have been below the X, right? So you knew as long as you were holding that zone and you're continuing to paint higher highs and higher lows within the zone, then you know, it was pretty much getting ready to send. So we got this initial reaction last night where we just ran up, and now we just kind of are, I don't know, just kind of consolidating at resistance, basically butting up against resistance. And if that breaks, break hook and go. Again, we're gonna have to do that twice. We're gonna have to do that again up here, right? Where this level is gonna have to get flipped. SR flip, SR flips, right? That's what we gotta just keep doing, that continuous SR flips, and see how that'll paint. If we can break this stuff, man, this could fly. It's weird because it's such a lagger, right? Everything else is already like playing out, but it's just such a perfect setup here that it's like, okay, you need to at least double top at the high, so if anything you're gonna get like 70 cents, but still at 70 cents we're the gains are massive there for us, okay? So we just need to be patient here. I mean, can this even sell off a little bit one more time here? Maybe, but either way, it's not going to be much. Okay, so CHR, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Reef. Okay, so Reef, again, you have this smaller harmonic. Look, you hit the C, which would have been the first target. You sell off. You put in a slightly higher high, and you run again. Now you're back testing in flipping the C level. 1, 2, third time. Break, hook. Here's the hook. You're back testing, and now you got to go up to the next level, which will be the A at 0.045 as far as Reef goes, and that's also going to put us inside of the golden retrace zone between the 382 and the 618. Okay, so look, we're back testing the bottom of the golden zone. So if I were a golden zone, I'd be here between the 382 and the 618. Okay, so if we get the 618, what happens? That means we sweep the local highs. Excuse me. And yeah, we just hit a 618 golden retrace. That would be awesome. That's just first step, right? We got to start there before we could then sweep the highs. But so far this is looking just fine. Nothing to worry about here. We've gotten the higher low, right? So let me paint that. Sorry. We've gotten the initial higher lows, and then from there we're starting to put in our initial trend line, and now we're rising, right? The rising of the trend line, it's getting more vertical in its ascent. Okay, so again, look, we're going vertical. You see these trend lines? They're I don't know. It's in store. You can see it developing. Okay, this is what we keep painting the same thing, and you know this is what we're looking for, at least on the way up, right? On the way down, I mean, we'll be looking for it this way, but that's later. It's not today. Reef. Next area interest 0.0456. AVAX update. AVAX. Okay, so we had basically like a dragon here, double bottom, went up. We're basically painting now its tail, okay, kind of playing out this dragon. Then we have the higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Now we've got this neckline breakout. So where it was once, you know, resistance, we tried it once, failed. We now just completely ran up, and you're just having this trend line. You're just trend is friend, right? You're just running this trend line to the upside. The supply is being eaten away. We broke out. We had this breakout. We swept the local high, and now we're back testing the previous neckline. So we got the break, the hook. Now we go. If we go, we sweep everything, and we hit the target of the measured move, which would be up here at $48. Okay, so AVAX on pace for higher prices, and $48 next area of interest. Eventually maybe we'll end up at the Moontown, but right now let's just hold this neckline and aim for 48, and we'll reevaluate. By then it'll be like tomorrow anyway. We still got some work to do there. Okay, so here was AAVE, same thing. We had marked this previous level, okay? We had marked this 3 strikes, remember? We said 1, 2, 3 strikes, it kind of sold off. So picture CHR. CHR is here on a low time frame. It's hitting that one, it kind of just sells off, just sputters around, and then wham, 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 right? So CHR is basically in this zone, I would say. CHR is just in this zone, somewhere here, okay? So if this gives you an idea of what to expect, look for a double bottom again on a low time frame, and then a bullish engulfing, maybe a small little Gartley here, X, A, B, C, D, go. So anyways, AVE, we got the break, we got the back test. You can see it if you zoom in. Break, you kind of doji, hooked, and then you ran, go, follow through price action. So it looks like right now, you're kind of back testing this previous level. Yeah, look, all you're doing is back testing previous highs that were once resistance, right, is now being regarded as support. So if again you got the break, you got a hook, and go. This is just how you get, it's a trend line developing, right? Break, hook, and goes, they're not nothing new. It's just one big trend, right? So just ride the trend until you lose it and back test it and regard it as resistance. The trend is your friend. So next area of interest here on AAVE is $540. You're currently at $462. If we can get 540, that'll be the measured move of the structure, which is coming from here, okay? So measured move of the structure, 540, you would figure if you hold this and go, you get it. At that point, we will see what happens, kind of see where Bitcoin is. Again, that's kind of where that bat develops, right? So some people might want to short that bat, and you're going to be fighting against them. X, A, B. They don't know it's a bat. They just think it's a critical 886 fib, right? 886, we're going to hit a bat right there. For what I'm talking about with these other type of traders, they're just going to be fibbing from simple fib from high to low, discernible swing high to discernible swing low, February 22nd. They're just going to be looking at this 886 in pink, okay? And it's a measured move of a structure. Maybe they see the 886 and the measured move, and they're like, okay, there's a short area. But if and when this continues, you invalidate the 886 by breaching it. You can't have a harmonic with an equal high, so you have to then go to the 1272, okay? So critical area though, first we have to have a battle at 540. 540 will be the battle between the bears and the bulls. If the bulls can win that fight, you know, that's how they paint their butterfly, and they could continue up, right? So AAVE update, looking good. Cosmos. Okay, so look, AAVE is like right here, right? You got that break, hook, or maybe it was even up here where you're back testing that previous high, right? I think it was here. So AAVE was somewhere around here. Look, this failed initially, but it's not about the wicks below. That just squared up a level. It's about that follow through. And look at that. Look at this follow through engulfing candle here that you had on April 15th. I don't know, was that 50 yesterday? Today? 4 hour. Oh, it's lagging. Okay, so again, you held this B previous level, and then you ran up, and what did you do? You swept the highs. Are you holding this previous level now? Let's check it out. So yeah, again, look, break, hook, and goes, break, hook, and goes. So you had one here, break, hook, go, break, hook, go, break, hook, go. So if we can continue this trend, we're looking for the 1414 next, okay? So that's basically right about here. So the 1414, $31 basically, $30. So let's look at Cosmos is currently 26. We should see yourself at $30 here in a matter of, you know, days, hours, whatever you want to call it. Then after that, final stopping point should be the 1618, which is up at $33. So you could find yourself at 33 in time on ATOM Cosmos. Inch. Okay, so higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So far, trend is friend. Looks like you're painting that low time frame bat, right? So this is what we're talking about, where you're having that fight between the bears and the bulls at an 886. X, A, B, C, 886, okay? So you're proceeding to sell off initially, but maybe you just backtest that B, it plays out shallowly, and then continues, or this just stops right there, fake out, and we go. And if we go, what lines up here? 1414 on that low time frame aligns with the next area of interest, which is the 1272 of the butterfly at $7.23 on inch. So I would pretty much say you're looking good as long as you don't go below this previous kind of neckline area, which is the low of the harmonic anyways. Like, look at the red line, right? So if you're holding below that A previous kind of low, you could use that as a stopping point here. Excuse me. And you're just targeting these highs, right? So anywhere you fill here, you target this high, stop 3 to 1. Let's see if we could get it. No, it'd be pretty, this is like 2 to 1 stuff, but either way, you shouldn't be entering right there anyways. I'm just saying that's what it would look like on a low time frame. The entries were down here on the higher lows, right, at the double bottom. So you're just in the blue, you're playing out the butterfly, and you're, again, here was at, no, see how it was equal highs here? So you can't have those equal highs. And you breached it. You see how you breached it? Yes, you sold off, but all you did was backtest that B. I still think now that you've breached it, the odds are just, the probability is in your favor for this to hit the 1272 on 1 inch. The dog. All right, guys, look how, wow. Okay, we gotta zoom way out or way in, whatever you want to call this. Wow, it was even worse than this. You know what I mean? There it is again. So you can see this continuous structure, okay, of higher highs, higher lows. Okay, so you have it right here. Okay, so that was the first initial impulse. You were never able, all you do is have mild retraces, price 618, watch. So if I were a fib from the previous lows to highs, see we're getting like 786, 6, let's bring it down here even more. Okay, there you go, holding at the 618. Okay, that's kind of more what I figured. So you get a 618 golden retrace. You, again, what happened? You paint the higher lows. You put in the initial low, right? You got to find the newly developed range, and then you put in a higher low. Paint a Gartley again, right? Send it. So all this was a bunch of kind of like ranges that you keep developing. Okay, so if I were a range, how would I develop? Sorry, not that one. Sorry, parallel channel. Here we go. If I were a range high, see how as soon as you break those highs, you go. As soon as you break those range highs, you go. So now we've sent it Jesus, this is just parabolic. Can't even see the old work down there, right? So let's go up another level. Let's take it up a notch. Here we go. We had it again. This is where we did the tweet with Elon on these higher lows. We said, look, Elon is about to pump this shit again because his analysts are painting what we're painting, and then he tweets it. They all already bought. First you fill, then you shill. Another range, develop the high. Now watch. As soon as we break that range, sent it again. Maybe the tweet. Yeah, no, that was it. Okay, look at this, guys. That's just disgusting. But look, what goes up must come down, right? So fucking Portney's gonna get wrecked. Portney bought this top up here, little box, so dump. Oh, the rug is gonna be epic, isn't it, boys? Wow. Imagine when we get this confirmation up here on this back test right here, and we just keep confirming lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and we just dump these fuckers all the way into auto deleverage. Okay, what do we got here? Bitcoin Cash has hit target 2, approaching target 3, 1618 golden mean ratio. Target 2 was the 1414 previous. Okay, so look, you hit the initial 886, bears and bulls fought. Bulls won, okay? Bulls won, take it up to the 1272, hold the 1272. Target 3, 1618. So you're at the 1414. Yeah. So you're at the 1414. So I didn't paint that one, but we could have definitely have. Okay, so I don't want that. I want this. Okay, so you're at that 1414 critical fib. You've exceeded the 1272, you're now at the 1414. Let me show you on the fibs. See the fib in red is the 1414 there. Let me zoom in. Okay, here you go, guys. So the 1414 is in red and the 1618 is in blue. The 1272 is in yellow. So you've exceeded the 1272. Ideally, maybe you cool off here just a hair. You already kind of are. So you're almost there. You just sell off just a little more, back test, break, hook, go. You end up here. You look for a double top here. And this is where you sell off, right? You paint some kind of head and shoulders here at the 1618, something like that, right? So anyways, 1618, remember we said that critical $1,000 area on BCH. Not only is it a critical psychological level, but it's going to be a 1618 golden mean ratio pattern completion zone of a bearish butterfly, bearish crab type pattern with the 1618D entry target. Okay, so we're gonna watch that closely over the next hours or days, depending on how long this takes to develop and confirm. But look, guys, be ready. Okay, look, I'm only duck only bullish until he's bearish. Okay. And same thing, I'm only bearish until I'm bullish again. But I will flip on your ass. And if you're not prepared for it, I mean, psychologically, just don't mind fuck yourself. Data. It's like data selling off a little bit here on the 4 hour. Kind of sucks. But again, as long as we just continue to paint higher lows, should be fine. Yeah, look at how the momentum, negative momentum is just waning, right? They just the bears can't push it down here. Even on the RSI, you're like rounding, right? Rounding bottom here. So if data could get some bids to come in here and this harmonic could play out, you know, that looks good. Sometimes you even do this kind of thing with the harmonics, right? X, A, B, C, D, and you paint a harmonic at the completion zone of the harmonic, and it just gives you fuel, right? You're just signaling to everybody like we're loading up the tank here, getting ready to send this thing again, right? So keep in mind on data that we got to hold these levels. Ultimately, we need to get above $13. We're at $12 right now. If we can sweep all of this, again, we'd be looking for some 1272 type structure. So that 1272 puts us up here at $16. Okay, so somehow we need to find our way up to 16. How do we do that? X, A low, B high, C low, partial decline, 1272, right? So 1272 is right here. So this is how we end up there. And then at that time, we'll just have to reevaluate and see what's going on. But basically, as long as you don't lose this D here, your stop should be below whatever that is, 11.29, 11 and a quarter. You don't want to lose 11 and a quarter, and you're targeting 16. Okay. So again, if somebody's not in a theta position right now, they could enter here and they could be looking for the 1272, and they could have a stop below the D. Even yeah, I mean, I'll take that anywhere here. Okay, so this is kind of your theta situation at the current moment. If you were just tuning in right now for the first time and you're feeling like you're out of some trades, everything's already played out, here's a potential area for yourself to enter. It looks like even a little bit of like on the low time frame structure here, looks like you're putting in this kind of scrubby inverse head and shoulders here, where you had this low on price, lower low on price, and now putting in a higher low on price. So ideally that's going to develop some structure there. Even if this is down here a little bit, it's not the end of the world. It's still going to be the same type of structure. Okay, like we talked about, X, A, B, C, D, right? So you still would put in that rounding bottom, inverse head and shoulders type structure in the completion zone area of this lower time frame. Basically this blue harmonic here, which is pretty damn close to a Gartley. Okay, if it was just a little more shallow like this, it's a perfect Gartley here at 618. So being that it was a little deeper, it's more of a it's still kind of that situation where the Gartley and the bat mix. Okay, either way, you're getting a good decent wave. If this holds, we should see price action continuation to the upside. Let's see what we're doing here just on a low time frame. If you're approaching some kind of low time frame fib here, this should probably be about ready. Yeah, so you're at the 50. That would be a bat in development. If you hold here at the 50, that signifies the bat. Okay, so here we'd be looking like 786, 886 type of thing. So that 886 would then come from here, from previous low to high. We'd be looking for this 78, Jesus. We'd be looking for this blue line, 786, or this 886 purple line type of fill on a bat, if this ends up being a bat. Okay, so what else could happen here? Okay, say this sells off further and it goes to 618. Now it could be a Gartley, which would jump you to a 786. So it could be like that as well. Okay, so nothing in stone yet. Let's just see what kind of wave this ends up painting, but that would be a nice area, just holding that 1160, 1180 area as a potential entry area for somebody's long. Okay, theta. Ultimately, theta, like we said, we are targeting the highs up here at $16. You're currently at 12. Cardano, ADA. Okay, we've been watching this one. Okay, so we said alert right here. We alerted this initial breakout, and then we back tested. We sold off and we back tested these previous highs, like textbook back test. Look at that. Previous high, back test. Immediately bought up. Swing low, failure, bought up. Now you've proceeded to run this level again, and it's like almost XABCD-ish low time frame, something kind of working here where X, A, B, maybe sell off, and then that's where you finally sweep everything. Okay, so what we're looking for here is these highs. Okay, these previous highs, very discernible highs. So let's repaint those, this level. And as long as we can get above that, you know, we're go for launch here. You're butting on the door, even on the low time frame. You're just at it. It's gone. The supply is gone. It's drying up. The fact that you're even selling off here is ridiculous, but whatever. It's just like this. It's like a fake out, right? This is how I fake you out to make you think, oh no, this ain't it. But in reality, this is it. Okay, so like ADA, the reason this one's on our radar is because it could do something stupid here. These highs are really, really gross looking, okay? So if we fib these, there's that 1618 up there, okay? So this thing could launch if you break those highs. So let's paint that 1618 right here. Whoops. Paint the 1618. What's that price? It's $1.75, okay? Imagine 88, $1.75. Wow. I remember when this was like a couple of cents, like yesterday. Okay, so this is what I would kind of expect for this sucker to do, is just like fake you out and then just send it, right? Yeah, watch out. We're gonna alert that one, middle of the night. Back to Bitcoin, selling off a little bit here, whatevs. I don't think this is anything to worry about. Let's see if we're kind of maintaining some kind of trend line here or something. Yeah, see, like you're just not even doing nothing. It's still higher lows, right? You have the low, higher low, higher low, higher low, whatever. Long and strong still for now. I don't think this is it. I think we have to still see some kind of blow off top, right? This is just meh price action. Yeah, it's going up, but like I'm talking about, we need one of those, okay? That's when we're like, all right, now we could look at shorting it. Not that we want to catch that first candle, right? We want to catch the second wave of it. It's like let it sell off and let it double top again. Okay, and this is where we want to go. We want to go short, because this first one, that's like catching a falling knife, right? You see how this is like a falling knife here? So this could just keep falling, and you start messing with this here, and this just runs away from you, right? Wait for that confirmation, okay? Wait for that double bottom, double top type thing. Wait for the divergence to develop, however direction it is, right? That's kind of what we want to see. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And again, man, Stanny, fucking 10K tip, bro. That's just, I mean, kings, man. Let me run that back right here real quick for everyone. Everybody look at this. Boom. What a legend. New king has entered the chat.